Max Verstappen has struggled with massive tyre wear issues in 2 of the last 3 races. Hungary, he was quoted as saying, "I'm -5 brake bias and the thing still doesn't effing turn." That was the first one. And the second one that we saw in Netherlands, where Lando Norris gave him a free lesson in how to manage that final stint on the hards, absolutely destroying him. He pulled out something like 15 or 20 seconds in that stint. Now Jos is coming out saying the Red Bull is not the right car, and Max is saying the car doesn't turn. But here's the big question. Is all of Max's tyre wear due to the car? Or do you think that Max's technique might be inducing a little bit of that tyre wear as well? If you're interested in what my thoughts are as a professional and specialist technical coach for Formula drivers, then definitely keep watching. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Martin and I started racing when I was 12. In the sim world, I've raced and beaten some of the best drivers in Australia. I worked as a driver and performance engineer in Formula 3 and I developed my own race strategy simulation software for Formula 1. I raced in KZ2 at the highest level and got pole position in my first ever race. I specialize in the open formula category and now have my own course and website where I can share my 20 plus years of driving experience with you, which I'll put a link to in the description below. All right, so in order to answer this question, we've got to look at a few facts. Now, in Hungary, which was when it first popped up when Max had these issues, Lando did a 15.2 in qualifying, Oscar did a 15.2 in qualifying, and Max did a 15.2 in qualifying as well. So the car is quick and Max is quick. That was Hungary. Then we've got the Netherlands. Max took the lead. Netherlands is not a straightforward track on which to pass. We saw Oscar get caught up there against Charles. So Max had the lead. Netherlands is not straightforward to pass. And Max was actually pulling away in the opening laps. If you look at the distance between Max and Lando, in those first couple of laps, it grew a bit. And then Max ran into tyre issues and got destroyed thereafter. So the question remains, is it the Red Bull or is it Max? Now, my personal opinion is that it's 50-50. Sure, the car is difficult to turn, but Max's style is also really exaggerating this issue. He's certainly not looking after the front tyres in the way that he should be and driving around this issue. Now, Max is a classic short corner driver. He loves to use all of the road on entry, but in doing so, he carries a lot of speed into the corner, and that's what damages the front tyres. When the minimum speed drops out of the car and he goes to get back on the throttle and take advantage of his beautiful exits, he's doing so from a lower speed, and when the car's speed is lower, the downforce drops out of the car, and then you get rear tyre wear on the exit as well. So by driving in the way Max does, using all of the road and a short corner style, you use the tyres on the way in, you also use the tyres on the way out. And that's why it was interesting to see that Max was competitive in Hungary qualifying, and he was competitive in the first 5 laps of the Netherlands Grand Prix as well. So the style is very quick. I like to drive with this style on the sim as well, but you need to know that it does chew the tires as well. So you've got to find the solution there where you're driving in a way that looks after and manages the tires. Max is a very emotional character. When things are not going well, he likes to even exaggerate even more. And if something's going to go off the cliff, he'll just push it off the cliff. And Max enjoys watching that disaster happen. Just for an example, in Hungary, when they ruined his strategy, blah, 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 you saw that massive dive up the inside of Lewis. He lost his head, very uncharacteristic, very unprofessional. And here in the race in Zandvoort, the car wouldn't turn and Max like, who cares? If I'm going to run out of tires, I'm going to completely run out of tires. So he doesn't have that gentleness and kindness built into his personality. Now, this is a pro and a con. In this case, I'm exposing the cons, but the pros are that he's a perfectionist, and unless it's perfect, he's not interested. So that's obviously the pro, and that's why Max is able to perform at such a high level. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My personal opinion, 50-50. Sure, the car's not turning, there was a bit of wind, blah, 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 but Max's style is exaggerating that as well. And the more time you spend in long corners, the more tyre wear you're going to have. I don't anticipate that this issue is going to pop up again. We've been to Hungary, we've been to Netherlands. Both those tracks are stacked with long corners of constant radius. That's the one that exaggerates this style and is kind of exposing Max there. We don't really have any tracks that we're going to see this happen again. Potentially Qatar. Qatar does have one of those corners and it's got a significant track width as well. So maybe we'll see a little bit of it in Qatar. I'll be curious to watch that race. But other than that, I don't think this issue is going to pop up again for Max. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Cheers.